Okay, hey folks, it's going to be another of my senior moments. It's going to be a little different. Most of you know that I've had like health problems in the past, and I had a quadruple bypass, and both of my knees I had replaced, and I've got, you know, heart failure and pulmonary edema and all that stuff. So in order to keep myself active, I try to walk a couple miles a day. And
with your entourage.
Yeah, with my entourage here. We've got 4 dogs and 2 hogs, and sometimes they meet me as I'm walking around the property. But on our property, it's about I've got a little track laid out that's 1/5 of a mile around our property on the track that I use. And so I try to make 10 laps a day. That gives me 2 miles of walking. I try to do it all at one time, and most of the time I do. Sometimes I have to interrupt and do something in between laps, but I try to get in 10 laps. This is my counter. And so when I make a lap, the first lap that I make, then I take these, they have magnets on them, and I just move them around like this. So when I finish my first lap, all of these have moved around here, so I know I've done 1 lap. And then as I come back around again, I put the next one over so I don't lose track of the laps that I've made. So here's my companion. He generally goes with me. So, and I usually take my walking stick. This is a stick that one of my customers made. I should remember his name, but I don't. But I'm 86 today, and I'm lucky I can remember to get up. So what we're going to do is Eric's behind the camera, and he's going to follow me just for 1 lap, just so that you can see what's going on. I'll explain a little bit about what I'm doing and the way I do it. And then after the 1 lap, that'll be the end of the senior moments. I'll go ahead and do 9 more laps, but I'm not going to have them on camera. It takes me about an hour to do the full 10 laps. Sometimes a little bit more if I have to stop and do other stuff in the meantime. So,
all right, let's go.
Anyway, this is where we're going, and just follow along with me. And Eric, do you have any questions about what I'm doing or how I'm doing it?
Well, no, not really.
Okay.
I guess because...
I guess with that hesitation, I can figure you don't have any questions. So this is the beginning of where I go. Can you turn around there and show the flagpole, son?
I got it.
There's a big old circle that I've built. I'm going to finish it up this summer, and then I'll have plants and flowers and stuff in there. But we've got the flag and flagpole, and I've got a couple of lights that shine on that all night. They're solar lights. So, and this is the route that I take, and usually every other day or so, I've got a lot of my vines and my trees and stuff I've got on a watering system. So what I do is I just turn that on, so that all my plants, while I'm doing my walk, my plants will be watered. So, have you looked down the fence line here, son?
Not yet.
Go down the fence line, you'll be able to see the path that I've got.
Yep.
And I walk this path. This is where I walk 10 times every day, or I try to. And this is sort of my method. And what I've got here, I've got an orange post, and I got a mark in the ground here, and from here to the next orange post is under normal conditions about 100 steps. But for this particular stretch right here, I push pretty hard so that by the time I get down to that final 100 steps, I probably do it in, because I push, I do it in like 85 or 86 steps. And my heart is pumping pretty good, so I'm sort of out of breath. So I'll take off here and show you how I do it. So are you ready, son?
Do it.
All right, let's do it. So this is my next orange step. Now I did that in about 81 or 82 steps rather than 100. So that just lets me push pretty hard and get my heart pumping. And I'm sort of out of breath. So what I do then on my next post, the rest of the way around, really I just slow down to like a stroll. And I still walk pretty good. And for the next half a lap, I'll be sort of out of breath, but I'm still alive. And that's why I do this. And it's I bring my stick with me just in case I run into a snake, or in case I fall down, which I've never done, but in case I did, I'd have my stick to help me get up. And usually the animals will come with me for a lap or two. I've got some animal snacks in my pocket, and they seem to know that I've got something. So sometimes they'll follow me for 3 or 4 laps, and sometimes 1 lap and they're gone. Now here's my next, if I had continued walking at that pace, this would have been around another 85 steps. As it is, it's around 100, maybe 102. And so I've got all of my track, I've got marked for 100 step increments so that I know the pace that I'm walking is about the same all the way around, except for out there where I started at the front. I generally walk that pretty fast so that I get my heart pumping. And that's what I use to make sure that I can sleep at night. I can lay down and go to sleep. If I don't do this, if I don't keep my cardiovascular system working hard every day, then my lungs have a tendency to fill up with what they call pulmonary edema, and they get moisture in them. And if they get enough moisture in them, I can't lay down and sleep. I'm not able to breathe. So this is one of the things that sort of helps me stay alive and keep going. And I figure it's worth an hour of my time every day just to, stay as active as I can. I'm not as active as I used to be, but I'm still fairly active. I get out and do the stuff I want to do and drive the tractor, and I've got my ATV if I want to go out and look through the desert or do whatever I want to do. I can't do everything I used to do, but I can still do a lot of stuff that I wouldn't be able to do if I didn't have this little exercise routine that I go through every day. So we're coming up now. We're just about back to the start, and I'll show you the way I work my counters, and then we'll end this. I'll go ahead and do my 10 laps, but what I do now is I come back. This is my first lap, and all of these numbers go back around, and I leave the number 1 up there so that I know I've done 1 lap. Now as I come back around, I'll move these back over one at a time, so by the time I get down to 10, I've done 10 laps. Right. So, you have any questions, son?
Nope, pretty self-explanatory.
Okay, well, that's the end of my senior moments for today. Today's my 86th birthday, and with any luck at all, I'll be around for another 15, 20, maybe more, I don't know. But at the rate I'm going, I'm still able to function. As long as I can function, I'll continue. So we'll see you next time. Bye.